Welcome back to Everlasting Summer. This is Yulya out. Carrying nearly 25 kilo is not easy, even for short distance. I stopped every 50 meters to rest. Yulia, Harry, and encountered me, but it was just making things worse. I don't know if I deserve a medal or some track sack of cat gear supply short distance carrying event, but about a half hour later, the sack was transferred into the bus stop. I collapsed beside it, exhausted. That's it. You're such a hero. See, nothing to be afraid of. Ah, my whole body itched, my muscle burned, and rivers of sweat flow from my forehead, sting my eyes. I don't know what reward I was on for this, but this competence was more like the Olympic for mental challenge people. So I won. I am still retarded. Look, the bus is coming. Wait. I jump up, my figure vanished in a instant. Something could indeed be seen in the distance. I narrowed my eyes and saw the Icarus. But why? Yulia told me that it would arrive closer to the night. Moreover, I expected that Leah's bus. Soon the bus stopped in front of us and the door opened and invited us in. The driver's seat was empty, but I was not really surprised. Much stranger thing has happened here. Coming? Yulia easily jumped into the first step and gestured for me to follow her. Don't you think it's weird that the bus go by themselves? Well, she thought about it. Of course it is strange, but you said it yourself that there are plenty of strange things here. Yeah, she was right on that one. Anyway, I had no choice. In either case, whatever I stay or whatever I go on the bus, I am not about what will come next. But in case of the second choice, I had at last an illusory hope of escaping from that camp. I sighed and, with one last effort, left the sack and got into the bus. We drove for about an hour. Yulia was constantly chatting about something, but I wasn't listening. About mice. Mice are delicious. Mice with fried mice, shrimp mice, all kind of mice. I love to eat mice. I cattle free study the passing landscape through the window. Forest, field, river, forest, field, absolutely nothing suspicious. On the one hand, this gave me some hope, but on other, it was a sign that in the end nothing will change, because in this world, it seemed everything is slow and measured. Following it will establish rules. Though it that how it was at last a few days ago. Although maybe I should be drawing conclusion after having been there only a week. Well, now I am sure everything will be fine. I look at her carefully. Cat ears, a long tail that move rhythmically back and forward, slightly enlarged fang. Yulia seemed like a character from fairy tales. Really? Fairy tales. Oh, you mean a fairy tale? Oh, I was thinking the anime. We can decided that to do with her the real world later. I was turning into one big troubling vein, ready to burst any moment. I was waiting for how this will end. The resort could be anything for me. It was important not to go carry ahead of time. My nerve was stretching to the limit and I tried not to think about anything. But it was impossible to direct myself. Hey, are you even listening? Huh? No, sorry, I was deep in thought. Well, as always, she reported. Now it's such a big moment, we can get out of this camp, so it's a very important moment for me. Well, it is important for me too, but I am not worried. You simply can't see this incontinence. What that mean? Before I lived in a different world, the real one. As it is seem so I have something to compare this camp to, and you were can say were born here. No, I wasn't. How do you know? I just know, I know that. The boss peacefully bows over the bomb, shaking me more and more. The steering wheel was turning on its own and soon stopped, noticing the absence of a driver. My eyes began to close and I dozed off. Some girl bent over me. She was gently whispering something in my ear. So gently that. Ow! I felt a strong blow in my head. Hey, don't sleep! Am I disturbing you? I asked, and I was rubbing her bruised place. You're not listening to me. If we escape from here, I will have a lot of time to conversation. If we don't escape, then we won't, will have even more time. Try to smile, but just thinking that we wouldn't even leave this camp frightened me a lot. So I just give a stupid grin. It's better if we don't escape, because in your world, I don't know what to expect there, but you won't pay any attention to me at all. I will, I promise. I mean, look at you, you're so cute. I hugged her slightly. Really, truly? Yeah. Really, truly. Yulya learned against me. And you'll listen to me all the time, of course. And you'll always agree with me. No, sure. She put away and looked into my eyes. Well then, I forgive you. I loud laughed with the boss cabin. But be careful, don't you forget about that or try to deceive me. Want to sign a contract? A marriage contract? You really want into that? I don't have the property for that anyway. But I do. Yulya pointed at the bag lying on ease. Well then, I tried to remember that I had brought that with money. Here, I took my mobile phone out of my pocket. By this time, it was already out of charge. What is that? Yulya asked curiously, taking the mobile. A very useful thing in my world. You can communicate with people in distance. Wow, that's really cool. Excellent. Well, that will do. She put the mobile in the seat. Deal. Then my supply for the winter are from me and from you. Is that thing? Okay, deal. Alright, now we are husband and wife. She smiled slightly. Oh. Hey, wait. I suddenly remembered that all that conversation had started with a marriage contract. Anyway, without an official registration, when we get your word, we will register our marriage. A man without a wife is like a kitchen without a knife. Okay. If we got there, of course. Yulya said nothing, but just stared right forward with her eyes wide open. Wow. Follow her gaze and realized that the bus was full of people. All of them were wearing pioneer uniform, and they all looked exactly like that pioneer. Nobody said a single word, they just looked silently in my direction. Could not see their faces, clothes, statues, statues, yes, but their faces were shrouded in shadow that seemed to appear from nowhere. It was as if instead of a head, the normal people have they had many black holes. I stared at the shiver and my back broke out of goosebumps. Yulya squeezed my hand. With an enormous effort, I forced myself to look at her. She was very scared too. If I was alone at that moment, I would have probably fainted. But right now, I was responsible for more than only my own life. Who are you? I grunted without difficulty. The pioneer maintained the terrifying silence. It's become hard to breathe. I was gasping for breath, but my brain refused to work on low oxygen, and I lost conscience for a moment. Who are you? What do you want? I heard Yulia shout just as I regained my senses. A pioneer stood up from the first seat and walked toward us. Hi Simon, we have decided to go back home too. Two? I shouted, voices filled with buzz. We'll keep you covered. I didn't know what to say. That was a strange situation I had yet experienced in the camp. Neither Yulia nor the city nor the appearance of Pioneer nor the strange person standing before me were comparable to this. I ask you a question. Seemed like Yulia was still able to speak clearly. No surprise, in the end, she was still, you could say, an extraordinary being. I repeat, we are just going home. His voice sounded frantic. Are we bothering you? Bothering? What do you want from us? Nothing at all. Nothing. I don't believe you. I know there is a reason for you to being all this time, for doing this all the time. It's just your imagination, animal. Maybe I am an animal, but what are you? A ghost? A shadow? Maybe ghosts have their right too. You have the right to get the hell out of here. Yulia shouted so loud that my ears rang, but neither the pioneer nor his companion reacted. I guess we'll stay, he said maliciously. But how did you manage this and all of the other? At last I gathered the strength to speak. It's simple, my dear friend. Collective mind. Heard about it, and so every one of us want to wish you luck immensely. That's all. Luck. The person I will say that the reason we are here. But what will happen next? Honestly, I have no idea. Get out! Yulia shot again. Be cool, you settle down. You see. He addressed me again. I don't want to hide anything from you. You have a good chance to get out of here now. I don't exactly know why, but your action broke the cycle. Cycle, to be precise, all our cycle. And there is a chance that we won't have to leave the camp every 7 days and return back to the earth, waking up in this bus. Then don't return, just die. It's not that simple, and why shouldn't we have a sense of all self-preservation? We should, right? He asked the pioneer. Should. I heard their response, so we decide to keep you company. Now, either we will get out of here together, or we'll all vanish forever together, or start another cycle. All the three options suit us. And what if we die because of you? Well, you won't die alone. We'll die with honor. Honor. Or do you think that our lives, he laughed. Well, that we call lives. Lives. Are they not important as yours? Yulia didn't know how to answer. Well, you have a point, and don't think that all of us are here. In fact, many more of us didn't fit in, but there were enough tickets for everyone. Yulia hesitated. It's too late. I suggest you calm down and enjoy the flight. Sweet stewardess will offer you food and drink or in a couple minutes. He grinned and went back to his place. Yulia jumped up, but I stopped her. Let me go. I'll take him down. Why? No need. What can you do to him? What good that will do? She looked at me in surprise, but sat down. So, what are you suggest? We don't do anything and just wait? Yes. That was your idea last night. What can we do? I don't know, but we shouldn't be just sitting. I haven't learned one thing for sure in this camp. Very little is up to me. Actually, nothing at all. Especially now, especially here. I have not the slightest idea what to do to drive them out of here. But even if I know, I am sure that nothing will change. Nothing will affect the final outcome. You might be right, Yulia said in a sad voice. We can only wait then. I won't take long. She put her head on my shoulder. We had been going such a long time. It seemed like an eternity. The sun had set and nightfall. Second lasts for hours, minutes, for years. The pioneers remained dead silence, and even that one, the arrogant one, didn't try to start conversation. The silence was louder than any shouts. As quiet a clap would be enough to make my eardrums explode. Me and Yulia stayed silent too. Everything had been said today. There were no words left. I felt totally empty. My head was as heavy as lead, and it seemed that I was already dead. But God and the devil had just forgotten about me, so I would have to spend the rest of the eternity alone with this silent mess of pioneers. And they really my collection of misfortune. Did they really come to this bus to spend a week here and then leave? And then do it all over again and again? Maybe it will be the same for me, as that pioneer said. Anything is possible. Anything is possible now. I heard a quiet snores from Yulia. She fell asleep. All that stress must have been too much for her. Or maybe she used all her energy shouting, "Meow! Meow! I will catch you, Jerry! I will catch you, Jerry!" Oh, she dreamed being Tom. In any case, I'd better to face the end while sleeping. Now I was absolutely certain that this was the end. It's stupid, silly to hope while standing on the edge of the cliff, surrounded by countless enemies. And even there was all the smartest chance of rescue, you wouldn't really think about it. Maybe it shouldn't be this way, and someone else should have more optimism in my place. I just had to take this last step. Why, though? These are not stairs but an escalators. It will get me to the finish in any case. I closed my eyes and my conscience left at once. I fell asleep. I don't know where it will last, for an hour, for an eternity. Emptiness is not the best place for thoughts. When there is nothing, that essence, the normal world disappear. In the end, though, are part of it too, just an immature world. It is difficult to imagine where existence, and a person is not supposed to figure it out. I regain consciousness in complete darkness. To be precise, I regained the ability to precise myself as a person. There was nothing else, neither around nor inside me. It was like I ceased to exist. I was erased from the universe, but I wasn't dead. No, it was totally different, as if I had moved from a three-dimensional space to one-dimensional. The whole world compares to the size of one dot. That dot was me. Was everything. I was everything, and at the same time I was nothing. However, my conclusiveness, my memories, my soul went into that tiny pitch too. I wasn't afraid, maybe because there was no need, or maybe because I still couldn't understand what was happening. All senses of time was lost there. There was simply no such term here. That's why it was impossible to tell how long I had been in that emptiness. Finally, after an hour or a year, I started to hear the quiet voice. I couldn't make out the words, but I was the one it spoke to. Actually, there was no one else. Simeon, Simeon! Yes? I replied as answering the phone. Nice to meet you. Her voice sounded very close. We know each other for a long time, though. Who are you? I am you. Did I die? No, nothing like that. I was voicing Yulya, but I didn't know I was voicing myself. The voice sounded calm, as if I speaking to an old friend. What happened to me? You have reached the end of your path. What path? You have managed to leave the camp. Yes, I remember the Souvenir Pioneer camp. Suddenly, I remember the last 7 days. I remember how I was living there together with Yulya. Where is Yulya? Yes, she right here. I looked around, but there was only emptiness around. I don't see her. You shouldn't see, you should feel. I wasn't tense at all, as if I was recovering from anesthesia. I don't feel anything. You just have to remember. After this word, thousands of pictures, images, smells, thought ripping in my mind. The camp. I was there for real. With Sylvia, with Lena, with Alicia, with Juliana, with Masha. And then, but how? I clearly remember that I left it and come back to the real world. And then, I met Sylvia at the bus stop. No, I met Juliana at the university. No, I met Alicia at the concert, but I had lived with Lena for many years. No, I had completely different life with Masha. How is all that even possible? I remember event of almost 5 lifespan in the smallest of detail, but everything happened seamlessly, and I am sure that it was all real. How? Yes, all of it is really happened to you. But how? You left the camp, not just once. Then you lived your normal life. Then you came back and left again. So was it like I died and was revived? No, you can think of it as all like happened simultaneously. I don't understand. You don't need to. And who were these other pioneers? They are you too. The other side of you. I don't understand. Every person in the endless universe has its own action determine how his life will proceed. You remember this 5 times because this were time you took a choice that lead you out of the camp. You other repeat the action differently somewhere. It's all that simple. For me, it wasn't that simple. And what is that camp? You can consider it a testing ground. And who are you? I am you, but from a long time after. Not time as you see it. I am beyond and above all you. You can consider me the prime symbol. So you are the reason for all this? That's not exactly true. Everything did not happen according to my will, but I can control this event. But why? Are you against it? I lost myself in thought and at last as lost as was possible in such obscure state as mine. I don't know. If you were given an option now where you know and remember everything, will you really decide to take it back to the start and just forget everything? I don't know. I wasn't really answering such a difficult question. Anyway, where's Yulya? She's right here. Where? Inside of you. How is that? Yulya is your inner world. You can conscious which had gained a form. I was fucking myself? I couldn't compare this word. You don't need to try to understand. I already said. But I feel that I missed her. Don't be afraid. She will always be with you. I don't think I want this exact union just yesterday. The hardest thing is to make inner peace, not peace with the enemy, and you have done it. If you want to love her, you have to learn how to love yourself. Well, that's enough for you. It's time for me to leave. Wait, what will happen to me? You'll go back. I already didn't understand what was real and what was not, or how many reality there are. Where to? It depends only on you. I don't understand. You have remembered all possible variety of event now. He paused for a long time and didn't dare to say anything, just so I wouldn't accidentally interrupt him. So you'll have to at least 5 options. Will I remember all this? That's up to you to decide. I traced the emotion appear in his voice for a moment, maybe joy or maybe the dissatisfaction. Farewell, but I couldn't feel the voice will never speak to me again. So I was thinking this is Yulya, but it's him. Time passed, I tried to decide what to do next. If everything is as he said, then I just have to wait. We hit the 25-minute mark, but I think this is way close to the end. By that time, I had completely calmed down, and you could even say cheered up a bit. I was totally sure that I had got out of enchanted camp. Moreover, a bright future await me. I didn't know it. I remember it. What should I choose? I closed my eyes and clearly imagined Sylvia smile at me. She was always willing to help me and never scolded me for anything. It is always calm and safe being with her, and that means as the boss though. I guess I never thought about being with her in real life, but that was amazing, I'm sure. Though so many years Lynn had grown truly precise of me. I actually remember all that time spent with her. I remember our kids, remember time of joy and sorrow, remember everything. It's hard to reject all that. Or Alicia, dearly hugging her guitar is never boring with her. Maybe that the life I always dreamed of, simply laid back and fun. Maybe that the girl I have wished for, a loyal tomboy. Alicia image in my thoughts is simply slightly. The grown-up Yulya seemed like a good option. Too. Of course, back in camp, I didn't treat her as a woman, but now, obviously, she's got her cons. But at the same time, that was sense of magic in her, something attractive. And of course, Miko, Masha, from the other life. She was truly precise to me. Maybe back there, the camp is just a small episode, and I might be completely different person from myself in all the other paths, but that for the best. New opportunities, possibilities, and that person I love, a pioneer who seemingly know my entire life. But it is still sad that I will never see Yulya again. You certainly will. Her voice sounded in my head. What? There you are? I am right here, like he said. You know? No, I understand. I am only when I come here. You are okay with it? Won't you miss me? Of course not. I will always be with you. Do you remember your promise? What promise? That you will always be with me. Yes? Don't ever think to break it. I'll be waiting for you. I don't know if I will ever speak to her like that again. Maybe one could simply go nuts from that, but right now I was happy. Alright, I won't forget. Then you'll just have to make a choice. I felt Yulya disappear, vanish in the lobby of my mind. Well, it's time. I close my eyes, right, and give me a moment here. I need to drink. We are in hospital? My eyes were struck by the bright sunlight. Nothing surprising about it. It's summer after all. Is that a strange dream again? Why did I start seeing it so often recently? Making there is a reason. Still, why? A pioneer camp, some girl, the camp leader. I had never been to this camp. Maybe you just don't remember. Very funny. But what if? Trust me, I clearly remember everything that has happened to me since I was 3 years old. And before that, I was probably the unconscious age. Even if that's true, all that is not accidental. Why is not accidental? There are people who see black cat in their dream every night and nothing happened. Did you just make that up? I haven't made up anything. I read about it recently. A black cat is one thing, such a detailed dream is something else. I don't see much different. Okay then, what would you say about that voices? What voices? Don't play that for. Wasn't a plan to? Which told you to make a choice? Well, a voice, so what? There was a reason, but I don't remember anything else. The dream ended up there. Maybe you forgot it when you wake up. Maybe, but what? That means that you actually made a choice. I don't even remember that option. Were any? There should be been. You don't even try to be serious about the important thing as always. Oh my god, it is so important. There's no point in talking to you. Recently, I started to notice that I have something like a split personality. An inner monologue is certainly normal phenomenon for any person, but when it's turned into a dialogue, well, it is still a long way from being a clinical case because I talk to myself and not another personality inside of me. Maybe with my own subconscious. However, that is not important. Do we have to choose one? Yulya, Sylvia, Alicia, Lena, Juliana, Masha. Okay. We will do them all, one by one. Yulya. What? I turn over the other side. The bright sun still shines into my eyes. Good morning. She lost her cat ears. Oh. Good morning. Good morning. I repeat. Choice? Did I even have a choice? Every story has its own beginning and end. Every story has a canvas, hypnotic conscious, key moment, prologue, and epilogue, and that no book to reread it will not reveal how detailed you haven't noticed before. But every book has its last page, and every turn is over. But the book is. This is different, but every book has a last page, and after turning it over, we put the book on the shelf, just to open a new one tomorrow. So this is the true ending. Huh. This is all? Yes. A cat is fine too. Meow. So this was the ending, but I will try to get all these other choices again. So this was Everlasting Summer and achievement unlock, yeah. They don't want to spoiler it for people who didn't play the game and go to your Steam page. But you didn't see that because it didn't capture by the OBS, the capture program. That was an amazing game. Of course, we still have to do the harem ending, and I feel that we should do the harem ending before this. I was thinking the harem ending will be the true ending, but no, this is the true ending with Yulya. because it's like where you find the true meaning of all this. That your inner thought. Finish download. Okay. Because your inner thought, like, oh, they show you the other images. Sylvia. They're all the same, but to replace the head. Even Yuliana. And Misha. Still, for the completionist sake. Yulia. Okay, Sylvia. Is it the same thing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I repeat. Choice. Did I even have a choice? Okay. Lord. So, Alicia? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I repeat. Choice. Did I even have a choice? Okay. And Dina. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I repeat. Choice. Did I even have any choice? You can choose any girl you want. And Yuliana. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I repeated. So did I have a choice? Oh yeah. The difference is very small. Like, yeah, just the picture. Even the head is like the same head. Masha. Why not Miko? Because of copyright, I think. Or because the story is weird. Good morning. Good morning. I repeat. Choice? Did I even have any choice? Yeah. So this was Yuliana ending, and believe it or not, we only have one ending next time, and this is it. So goodbye, and thank you for being with me to this far, and I hope you will be there for the last route next time, the harem ending, which will be the fun ending. Goodbye.